for buy or long positions is genuinely going to be a tremendous number of weeks and the gold Fibonacci degree at 25,800. Here on the Bitcoin cost. As of now, we likewise need to see that as indicated by a genuine perspective negative divergences, hidden away horrible divergences we investigated yesterday, all of them on the normal time span got insured. So we understood Bitcoin is molding a lower high for the new weeks here, yet of course, higher high on the money stream marker, higher high other than on the MACD pointer, and on top of that in this way going, for example, right now with the RSI marker, exactly the same thing. We are outlining on the standard time period a scarcely out of the plastic new higher high, and that proposes. Secret negative divergences are being insisted crazy on a high-term time span on a few essential pointers. Hence I would consent to you, be fairly more aware of Bitcoin. Again we appreciate we are seen back in our level reach. We grasp our refutation level, which will be to some degree over our value locale high, but taking into account everything. In a perfect world, I could truly need to see scarcely lower rotates around Bitcoin because of our negative divergences until evidently our nullification level will be hit. That being said, expecting perhaps in the next few hours we genuinely see an insane direct towards the possible augmentation over the value district high. Incredibly key technique, particularly direct nullification level, incredibly clear concentrations with our liquidity levels, furthermore our gold Fibonacci degrees here. Take part in an amazing day and concordance out. As far back as hours, Bitcoin is seeing a truly key dismissal unquestionably from our titanic area of obstruction. In the present Bitcoin cost question video, we'll look at conclusively where are our enormous marvelous lights on, the new model that is correct right currently being shaped on a higher term time frame, moreover another especially enchanting diagram, yet what, unequivocally, you will see, it truly seems esteemed that the level we were looking at yesterday, our month-to-month high-term time span area of counteraction at 27,200 fervently held. Besides, we are seeing a truly massive move towards disadvantage conclusively from this fundamental area of obstruction. Before long, what, specifically, you will observe. Unequivocally when we tapped our month-to-month high-term time from district here, we, explicitly, didn't quickly see a more distinguishable push towards debilitation. Regardless of whatever else, we really want to wreck overwhelmingly an enormous part of the market. Thus you will see first swing disappointment subject here with this particular week, second swing disappointment plan or a liquidity get on this push towards the conceivable expansion, and solely after everybody is squashed, only after everybody expects we are right as of now going to push in a general sense higher towards the possible increase. Bitcoin sees a basic dismissal and it's squarely in the end exchanging by and large at our fundamental objective suggested yesterday at 26,500 US. Soon, when we got right now a push towards inconvenience as we have been as of now saying yesterday, we got a handle on we are exchanging a rising channel with a higher likelihood of breaking towards drawback. Besides, likewise, according to an affirmed viewpoint, each and every Goliath pointer was molding a negative uniqueness. For instance, on the 4-hour stretch of time, you will see higher high on the Bitcoin cost, lower high on the cash stream pointer, lower high on the RSI marker. Each and every colossal marker negative uniqueness. We comprehended we are at our monstrous area of obstruction. We comprehended we got a swing disillusionment plan or a liquidity get. We correspondingly recollected that we are in our climbing channel, strikingly high likelihood of one more push towards weight to occur on the Bitcoin regard itself. At this point, yesterday we investigated what will be our inside and out fundamental objective and our for the most part fundamental objective. You can as of now see it was unquestionably, overall around hit since it was an and furthermore some liquidity levels under our past lows. We are, as of the persistent second, seeing the response authoritatively at this particular locale, not just on the Bybit outline. The liquidity has proactively been taken. In like manner, for instance, here, looking on the Coinbase outline, moreover going on the Bitstamp diagram, for certain, the lows here have really been taken. Besides, the deals right at this point is our customary high term time from area of block, after the liquidity gets under our past low, go most likely as solid areas for serious for and of help and we are really going to see a more undeniable inversion back towards the possible expansion. At the present time, for this, I could truly have to focus in on the volume and the open remuneration that is right at present coming straightforwardly keeping an eye out. At the present time to the degree that the volume, I figure we, paying little mind to anything more, can all concur. Volume for the new hours is seeing a tiny improvement towards the conceivable increase. Besides, I would agree that it looks extremely like what we got on a push towards the conceivable turn of events. So we can all concur. We have gotten a little volume increment on the push towards bother on the Bitcoin cost. Once more, not just on the Bybit outline, correspondingly looking on the Coinbase diagram, other than looking on the Bitsum outline, we are seeing an especially slight volume increment when Bitcoin is really pushing towards drawback. At the present time, another essential thing is plainly going to be our open interest. Is cash coming or leaving the market? At the present time, for the new hours, basically looking on the Bybit outline, we are seeing an exceptionally level plan here. We are not actually doing anything. Not an alternate get-together are entering exchanges. Not an alternate social event are leaving the market. In addition, unequivocally the very same thing you can comparably see here on the amassed open interest, where the open interest frame is particularly level. We are not legitimately seeing any more unmistakable green candles or perhaps any huge red candles. That being said, liquidations are also remaining exceptionally, like what we have been getting at present a few days sooner. In this way, disturbing open interest and also liquidations, I wouldn't actually say we are seeing any enormous negative or bullish signs. To the degree that the volume, I would agree that it bases on some degree more negative since we are seeing a volume increment. On the push towards the weight. Regardless, truly, we are correct right currently shaping on the 4-hourly stretch of time, maybe a pristine model. Also, this model is genuinely going to be a flawless change triangle. What we can right at this point do, we could facilitate our all of the seriously stunning high obsessions with a slanting area of block. We at whatever point can interface our really reassuring discouraged spots with an inclining area of help, and you can see that Bitcoin can simply soon plan, on the beamy frame, an even triangle or something to that effect. At the present time, this particular change triangle isn't evidently self-evident, for instance, looking on the Coinbase frame, or almost perhaps going on the Bitstamp chart. Here, I fervently wouldn't look at the fair triangle, yet here, we could according to a general viewpoint anytime accomplish our past lows with a level area of help here, conveying our really stunning high environments, and it can commonly be a dropping triangle or something to that effect. At this point, according to my viewpoint, it unequivocally no influences the distant chance that we have right now a dropping triangle or something like that, or perhaps an even triangle. The two of them genuinely have a higher likelihood of breaking towards trouble since we moved into our triangle with a legendary catastrophe here. Regardless, truly, I wouldn't unequivocally be amped good with exchanging the triangle some way or another. In the event that we begin breaking towards the common turn of events, I'm not looking for a long show up at purchase position. On the off chance that we begin breaking the triangle towards drawback, I'm identically not looking for an immaculate short show up at sell position. Later in the video, we will look at precisely where we can be searching for an unsullied short or a sell position. On the Bitcoin regard itself. Unintentionally, at the present time I could correspondingly have to oblige you an especially thrilling outline. Similarly, this diagram will be from Plan B where he's right eventually saying that Bitcoin is still in stage 1 blend on target and looking right now at this remarkably entrancing outline, it is surely accommodating us that. Each and every time we got the blue contacts that are in addition, obviously, shaping for the new months here, Bitcoin went on a fundamental bull run towards the conceivable expansion. Again it occurred at present back in 2014, it occurred in this way back in 2017, it occurred in 2020, other than right now we are seeing those blue spots, and, I would concur, one more unequivocally moving business district is astoundingly organized to occur in the accompanying 2 or 3 months. To that end we are looking besides, obviously, for a long time or purchasing positions. Regardless, I would agree that the continuous second, it's certainly a superb opportunity to gather. Bitcoin, Ethereum, other altcoins are phenomenally subtle as of the ceaseless second. Also, that is the legitimization for the going with a few months, as shown by this graph here, it's an unimaginable opportunity to accumulate. Grant me to oblige you at what region Bitcoin is exchanging as of this second. For sure, we irrefutably recalled that we hit our standard high term time from help doubtlessly here, yet at last, what we can't deny is that. Again for the new hours, we are seen again into our level reach. This here, according to my point of view, it's an allure. Why so? You will see it was a deviation from our range, leave the most raised sign of the show up at back towards the hindrance. Also, furthermore, what you will see here, deviation from the lower part of our even reach. What's more, we got a significant push towards the normal expansion, unquestionably towards the most fundamental quality of our level reach, where possibly, obviously, this second, we can be illustrating correspondingly a deviation or something like that. Once more, that is the clarification in the event that we are moving into the show up at here, it is unquestionably going to mean negative sign for Bitcoin, an early notification or something along those lines. Similarly, the thing has been occurring with our worth locale high or the volume of our horizon range. We are no ifs, ands, or buts being seen. Back under our worth district high, back under the area of 26,800. Once more, as shown by my point of view, seeing confirmation and a push down, under the worth region high is a negative sign for the Bitcoin regard itself. Thusly, generally likely squarely in the end you're contemplating, at what district could I well need to go with a pristine short or a sell position, understanding that we are seen again into the show up at here, understanding that right now we are other than under the worth locale high. As required, what we can frame and do. Explore a degree of deterrent. Research the going with key level we ought to know about before possibly setting another short or a model get together. Plus, here we really want to see a crucial area of obstruction. Accomplice our past highs, associate our past low, allowing similarly this past low, will outfit us with an area of obstruction precisely at our worth locale high. 26,800 US dollars, and moreover zooming soon on the 1 hour period of time you will see 1 hourly referencing block convincingly under our worth district high, so we handle this here is a genuinely massive area of obstruction right now where we could be hoping to go with an ideal short or a sub position on the Bitcoin regard itself. Finally, you really need to see that expecting our worth region high will be broken towards the conceivable increase, it will be a bullish Bitcoin sign, since that is basically going to mean we are not exchanging between our worth region high and our worth district low of our level show up at any more, which is then going to be a bullish sign for Bitcoin. At any rate, as of the non-stop second, we are under the worth region high. We understand our nullification level, which will be over the worth region high, more than 26,800, and assuming that there will be a response towards a site at this particular level or something along those lines, according to a general point of view, what I would do will put an absolutely new short on a sell position on the Bitcoin regard itself. Plus, generally most likely right at this point you're examining. What is our next area of help where we can be searching for a long position or where we can be disposing of the benefits from our short circumstance in the event that Bitcoin is truly going to see a more undeniable push towards obstruction? At this moment, here I truly have two huge levels to make reference to. The central will be another liquidity level, and our next liquidity level, obviously, will be our past lows, and this level will come up unequivocally at 26,200 US dollars. For what reason is this area key level? From an overall perspective, contemplating the way that the mid-level of our even reach, around at our liquidity level, and moreover the thing we can be doing, once more, going with our volume, surveying the whole reach with the volume profile here, spot of control, not convincingly concurring with the mid-level of the range, yet ultimately, it will be our first zone of help. At this point, as I should typically think, it ought to be perceived benefit district from our short position. I wouldn't unequivocally be captivated going with a very high likelihood long situation at this particular locale. Why so? Since I truly figure we further support area of help with our different weeks, which will be somewhat under our place of control, 25,800. Changing immaculately with the gold Fibonacci degree. Subsequently, going from the low here, back towards our high, gold pocket unequivocally at our bit by bit. Subsequently, surely, we know first level, first objective for our short can be the liquidity level, yet a hugely ideal level over then truly search for purchase or long positions is really going to be the countless weeks and the gold Fibonacci degree at 25,800. Here on the Bitcoin cost. At this point, we similarly need to see that as shown by a real viewpoint negative divergences, stowed away horrendous divergences we researched yesterday, every one of them on the ordinary period of time got guaranteed. So we comprehended Bitcoin is shaping a lower high for the new weeks here, yet obviously, higher high on the cash stream marker, higher high other than on the MACD pointer, and on top of that in this way going, for instance, at the present time with the RSI marker, the very same thing. We are illustrating on the standard time span a hardly out of the plastic new higher high, and that proposes. Secret negative divergences are being demanded insane on a high term period of time on a couple of fundamental pointers. Subsequently I would agree to you, be genuinely more mindful of Bitcoin. Again we are seen back in our level reach. We handle our invalidation